All right. Give this a minute. I know they're hammering you guys with a commercial in the beginning. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, no kidding, ridiculous. Way ridiculous, Cody. Okay, cool. All right. This is, I don't know, we got 5 minutes in on the last one, so that's like, this is so stupid. But, yeah. Oh, I'm going to keep coming back. I'm not going to stop. So it's just, I don't know what is going on. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, I believe, and my thought is, people tell me, oh, it's your internet. But my internet works fine the rest of the time. And now I'm doing live streams, and I never had any problems with live streams for a very, very long time. And then all of a sudden, I start having problems. I start getting interruptions and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. It's not. What I'm going to do, I am going to call the cable company or the internet, because I just have the internet. I don't have cable, but I'm gonna be contacting them. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. The chat has spoken. We're going to have to dress up for Preppers one for Halloween. Oh my God, that would be funny. For the Instagram, absolutely, yes. That would be very cool. Instagram pictures, guys, for Halloween. Whatever costumes that you want to put on. That would be very cool to see. My laptop, Peggy, is less than 2 years old. So it's not my laptop. It's not like I have some ancient relic of a laptop. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. And when I bought this laptop, it was, top of the line type of laptop. That's what I bought. And I bought that for a reason, because I wanted to have a good processor and the whole 9 yards. Hey, Amy W., keep your head up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It just gets very, very frustrating with this. So, it's annoying more than anything else, too. Yeah, Catquake, yep, I got Miss Soxy and Bella are on the bed right now. But, yeah, it's just, that's... But anyway, I was talking about Heather really quickly. We'll continue with that. Hopefully we'll get this going, and then we'll get into topic. I promise you, we will get into topic. Heather's doing great, and she's doing very well. I'm actually going to be seeing both Eddie and Heather next Thursday, because next Thursday, the 29th, is their birthday, and they will both be 19. So it is amazing how fast that time goes. They've grown up so fast. It is unbelievable. So, but they're good kids, and they're going to do well in life, and I'm happy to be proud to be their father. So they're very, very, they're squared away. I love them. I love the crap out of them. So but so anyway, we're at 527 in the chat. We're at 160 on the thumbs up, guys. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. Hey, nose picking. Talk to Marv. Hold on a second. He has redundancies in place. Okay, I will definitely do that. I'll have to give him a call. Thank you for that, and thank you for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Also, guys, like I said, it really does help with the algorithms, the more interaction we have, so thank you for that reason too. And I like to see a lot of thumbs up. There's the third reason, so the more the merrier, so thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for that as well. So anyway, so let us... yeah, and I can't believe that they're going to be 19. It's absolutely amazing to me. Time has gone by very, very fast, and I look at that and I just go, wow. Okay, so let's get into this. Are we running out of time? And I think this is important. I really, really do think this is important. If you guys are paying attention, I just want to read some numbers to you really quickly, and this kind of gives you a little bit of an indication what our timeline is looking at realistically, okay? July 2nd, or July 16th, okay, had been the highest number of one-day cases in the U.S. at 75,687. Thursday, we had 75,064 new cases Thursday. Today, Friday, we just set the new record for number of cases in one day. It's 77,640. Okay, 13 states have added more new cases in the past 7-day period than any other 7-day period previous. That is an indication that things are not going in a good direction. Okay, I personally believe, it's part of a bigger agenda in my opinion, but again, it's just, I see another lockdown coming. There's no way they're going to get around it. If we're setting new record numbers, that will happen. Hey, Shadow, Boston just closed their schools. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that information. Does not surprise me at all. At all. They just had 1,000 deaths the other day overall as well. So are they fudging the numbers? You know what? It's hard to say. It really, really is hard to say. I predicted, if you guys remember, and it's really not rocket science to predict it. And I actually talked with Asif earlier today. We were texting back and forth, and I wanted to share with you what he said to me earlier today because I think it's really important. Now, anybody that's been in the chat, or if you're new to the chat and you don't know, Asif is a doctor friend of mine who lives in South Carolina. He's also a prepper. Great guy. Love Asif. Awesome. I've actually talked to him several times on the phone as well. Now, what Asif told me was there's been an increase where he's at, and he's getting 1 to 2 cases per day. The doctors are being distributed N95 masks, and they are having to wear the N95 mask now because of the increase of cases. What he told me, his fear, now this is coming from a doctor. This isn't just coming from, Prepper Nurse 1, the nurse that's retired. This is coming from a doctor, okay? What his fear is, with the flu coming up, the flu season happening, with COVID continuing to be an issue, what he's afraid of, you're going to have a person's going to get the flu first. They're going to get sick from the flu. They're going to be weakened from the flu. They're going to recover from the flu. Then they're going to get COVID back to back, and it's going to be much more deadly that way. If you are completely a compromised person, and you could be a healthy person, but now I get the flu, I get sick, I'm weakened. It takes a while to recover from that. You don't recover from that overnight, okay? His fear is they're going to get these back to back, and it's going to take out a lot of people. Now, that's coming from a doctor, guys. And I'm not trying, I want you to know, I'm not trying to do scare tactics. That's not what this is about. It's sharing information, sharing thoughts, and looking at things realistically. It makes a lot of sense, okay? So we have that, and that's just one of the issues that we're facing, okay? So he is saying, like, through December through February, it could be very, very sketchy and a very, very dark time for us in this country. So let's pay attention to that, okay? And that's not just in the United States, guys. That's going to be all over the world because it is that time of year and flu season happens. So it's not like it's going to affect the U.S. and not affect Canada. Okay, if you're here, if you're in the northern hemisphere, and it's our winter time, obviously. Now in Australia, you guys are you're in spring, going into summer. Okay, so that's a whole different kettle of fish. So I wanted to share that information with you because I think it's really, really important. Now with the upcoming election, which is not that far away, obviously, a lot of issues with that. And I've said this before, and I will say this again: it doesn't matter what candidate wins. Okay, if Biden wins, that's one set of issues. If Trump wins, that's another set of issues. I think that we're going to be in for some really, really craziness after the election, no matter who wins. Okay, I'll even give you a prediction. Okay, I think initially Trump will be declared the winner. I'm speculating. It's just my speculation. I think Trump will be declared the winner. When all these supposed ballots come in later, they're going to say, oh, no, not Trump. Biden's the winner. And you're going to see complete and utter chaos. That's my prediction on that. I could be wrong. I'm just sharing my thoughts, what I think will probably happen. Because, of course, then you're going to have them say that the election was stolen, a lot of fraud going on. There's already been proven that there's issues with the whole mail-in voting thing. So that's already been proven. Now, don't get me wrong. If the president wins the majority of states by a larger margin, so if like, let's say, okay, we'll use Florida as an example. Let's say it's really close in Florida, and Trump is ahead wins the state by 5,000 votes. All of a sudden, all these late votes come rolling in, and now Biden's the winner, so he gets the Electoral College votes for Florida instead. So this is what I'm saying. Would not shock me if it happened. Will it happen? I don't know, but it would not shock me, okay? Just putting that out there ahead of time. But again, if he wins Florida by, 5 or 6, 7 percentage points, there's no way that they're going to overslam that then at that point. So, again, we're going to have to see what happens. But again, it doesn't matter which one wins. In my opinion, we're going to see some very, very hanky times moving forward. So we need to be prepared for that, okay? So, again, there's a lot of other issues going on as well. Like this year up in New York, we had a very, very dry summer. Now, even though we just had 4 days in a row of rain, and I think they said we ended up with like 1.5 inches of rain, a lot of the aquifers in our area are very, very low because of the lack. It was. I'm gonna tell you what. It was a great year for riding, full year riding, but there was other issues that were happening. A lot of people's wells were going dry, all those type of stuff. Sorry, that was 84,700 with no Biden supporters. I don't know what you meant, Randy. I must have missed something on that one. If Trump loses, lots of crazies will go nuts. If Trump wins, a lot of crazies will go nuts. You will have people, like somebody just said, the left will come unglued. Not all the left, but your extremist will absolutely come unglued. There will be protests like crazy, okay? Again, I believe that we need to be very, very proactive moving forward. Stop. Guys, we're already up to 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 350 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask really quickly again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So thank you for that reason as well. And again, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. That's the third reason I like to see it. So thank you for showing support for those reasons. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Okay. So anyway, I want to say really quickly, let me do this really quickly. On my website, preppernurse1.com, we have a sale going on right now with the freeze-dried legacy foods. It started today. I'm giving everybody a chance to save 20% off of the legacy freeze-dried foods. And again, I want you to do your research when I say this. They are the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried foods. I couldn't say it if it wasn't true, because it is true, okay? I'm giving you an opportunity. You'll save 20% automatically at checkout. So if you put an order in, you're going to save 20% at checkout. What they have there is what is in stock on my website. Again, preppernurse1.com. You go in, you'll click on store. It drops down. It'll say legacy foods. You click on that, and you can go ahead and you can get your legacy freeze-dried foods there. It's GMO free. It's made in the U.S. Their shipping times right now are averaging 5 to 7 days once that money clears. Now, if you pay by PayPal, the money's there instantaneously. I can get those orders in exactly today. I've already put orders in today that people put orders in earlier today, okay? If you do authorize, they hold on to that money for a couple days before I can put the money in, okay? Or put the order in. Just sharing that information so you can do what you want with that. Also, on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have jdega.com, which is the CBD and hemp store. Really good products to have, a lot of good uses. Anything that from helping with pets to helping with pain to helping with GERD, all kinds of stuff that it will help with. So definitely take advantage of that as well. When you click on their link on the website or in the link below, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, and it will save you 15% on your purchase. Okay. Josh 350 Cummings, I believe that the country is done. New World Order. You know what? I'm going to beg to differ on that. I really am. I think that you're going to see there may be some stuff coming up that's going to be really, really bad. I personally believe we need a reset in this country. That's what I think. I think we need an absolute reset, tear it down, start all over again. And when I say tear it down, I'm talking the powers that be, the people that are in control. The craziness in Washington, the bipartisanship is absolutely insane. Nobody will work together. They don't get anything done. All they do is fight like little children. What it reminds me of, literally, it's like, sitting in a sandbox and everybody's fighting over the same shovel and bucket because they all want to use it at the same time, but nobody can figure out who's going to get to use it. They won't share. Okay, that's the problem in Washington right now. Okay, that is our issue. We need to clean house. We need to get rid of everybody, in my opinion, and start fresh because it's ridiculous. It's not working. It's not working. It's a bunch of games. It's a bunch of people not wanting to lose, not wanting to look bad, trying to save face, the whole 9 yards. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. So I did want to mention really quickly while I was thinking about it, on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there as well. We set that up for you guys so that you can connect with like-minded people, okay? So, it is free to join. It does not cost anything. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Just putting that out there. So definitely take advantage of that. Read the message boards. Try to connect with people there. You absolutely can do that. It's there for you, okay? So definitely take advantage of that. Reset like Italy after World War II. Mussolini hung by the heels from the rampart. Yes, he did, or a lamppost. Absolutely. That's exactly what they did. If we stood up together as a country, as a people, as a race called the human race, there would be no stopping it. And not just the governments in the United States, all these governments around the world playing their little games, not giving the people what they need or not giving them any kind of self-worth or anything. That needs to change. And we're the ones that can make it happen. But we are too busy, guys. We are all too, and ladies, of course, we're all too busy fighting amongst ourselves. We're bickering and fighting for this little bit of turf, for our identity. I'm special, you're special, they're not special. It's ridiculous. We're one race called the human race. As soon as we can realize that and work together, because here's my thing. I don't care what religion you are. All right? If you want to worship the cell phone, knock yourself out. I don't care. Have at it. Worship it all you want. Don't ask me to worship it with you because it's not going to happen. Whatever you believe in, if it gives you peace of mind, and if you go by the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, okay, any of those, if you go by any of those, ultimately it says treat people the way you want to be treated, be decent to people, and that's what we should be doing. And respect other people. We don't respect anybody in this country, which is sad. We all want to fight. We all want to hate each other. I don't like you because you look different than me. It's so stupid. It is just, and it's perpetuated continuously by the powers that be. And we as suckers, all of us, continue to feed into it, except for us that are waking up and realizing that we've been played and we don't want to be played anymore. Those are the people that are saying, I've had enough of this. I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm going to tell you what, my mantra is this. If you are decent to me, I'm going to be decent to you. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what color you are. If you're cool with me, I'm going to be cool with you. If you are an a-hole, okay, again, it doesn't matter to me what color you are because a-holes come in all colors. Trust me. I've dealt with them, okay? I don't want to deal with you, and I'm not going to deal with you because it's a waste of my time and energy to get into arguments and be stupid over stupid stuff. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So, like I said, let's be decent to each other. Let's not let them continue to play us. Let's be smart. And I'm going to tell you what, a lot of my subscribers that are watching, you guys are very, very smart because you see what's going on. Your eyes are wide open. You're paying attention. How much time do we have? Let's talk about that. You know what? I'm not going to make a prediction and say this is how much time we have, because I don't know. It could be tomorrow. That reset could happen tomorrow, okay? It could happen in the middle of December. It could happen in January. I want you to think about this. If we have, as Asif said when we were talking here earlier, what I was sharing with you, what Asif had said to me, if we have, come December, January, February, people getting the flu, they recover from the flu, and then they get COVID on top of it, and they're going to get taken out. We're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to lose a tremendous amount of people, okay? People are going to get angry. Now, they do another lockdown. The economy has already been destroyed. There are people right now, and I want you guys to think about this, okay? There are people right now that don't have jobs to go back to. There are no jobs to go back to, okay? They do another lockdown. How many more small businesses are going to close up? How many more people are not going to have the means to be able to support their families, to take care of their families? How many people are going to be thrown out on the streets because they couldn't pay their rent or couldn't pay their mortgage? Going to have their cars repossessed because they can't pay those car payments? How many folks are going to be affected in those ways because they don't have a job to go to? And if they do another lockdown, it's only going to make things worse. It's going to exacerbate the problem that is already here. This is not even close to being over, in my opinion. I think we're in for a very, very hard time moving forward. Again, this is an attack on the middle class. Absolutely. I beat 78 just said that, and I agree with you. The middle class is being decimated. We just had, and I said this in a previous stream, since the start of COVID, we have 8 million Americans are now 8 million more Americans are at a level of poverty right now. We have another lockdown. Man, I'll tell you, yeah, Biden wants a lockdown. He basically already said it. He already said it. JJ says Sweden never locked down and their numbers were close to nil or very low. We should learn from them. Well, the thing is, again, are we being played? Is this all a manipulation? Okay. How bad really is the virus? These are things that we need to be paying attention to as well. What is the survival rate? Who's being affected? Who's getting sick and who's dying? I want you to think about this. If I'm the powers that be, and I'm going to speculate here, guys. Lenti Marie's shopping addiction. Some part of New York's are shutting down right now. Yes, they are. Thank you very much for the donation. Yep, in certain parts, New York City is already they're doing selective areas. They're shutting down selective areas because they're starting to see an increase of numbers again. Okay, but I want you to think about this. If I'm the powers that be, New York is being killed. New York City, well, the president talked about it. He said, my New York that I love, meaning New York City, what he was talking about, he said, it's a ghost town. Think about that. New York City, the city that never sleeps, remember? He said it's a ghost town. Scary to think about. Really, really scary to think about. But it's happening, and it's not stopping. And things are going to continue to get worse. I don't think they're going to get it better anytime soon. So I was making a point here. Oh, I know. Okay. So if I'm the powers that be, who do I want to get rid of? Think about this. And we're speculating here. I'm not saying this is what's happening. We're speculating. If I'm the powers that be, who do I want to get rid of? You want to get rid of the useless eaters, right? We'll put them in a category, useless eaters. I don't believe everybody is a useless eater. I'm not saying that they are. I'm going by, if I'm a government agency and I want to get rid of people, who do I want to get rid of? Number one, you want to get rid of your elderly because they're frail, they're infirm, they're not being productive, constructive members of society anymore. They're past their usefulness, all those type of things. I mean, you can put it in that box, okay? Now, is that necessarily true? No. The knowledge that older people have is great. They can share that knowledge, and it's great, okay? But they're a target because they're weaker, their immune systems are down. If we can get rid of them, that's that much less money that we're putting out to support them, right? So if I'm this government agency that wants to get rid of them, so that's one of the people I'm going to get rid of. Then who do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of the users of society. So who are those? Okay, those are the people that are compromised, that are sick, maybe they're on a ventilator, they have all kinds of health issues, they can't work, they're on Social Security, they're not out working that 9-to-5 grind anymore, they're not paying taxes, they're takers, okay? And please don't sit there and say this is what I'm saying. I'm using this as a kind of a case study of what they would do. So that would be a target as well, because number one, their health is already compromised, right? Which makes their immune systems more susceptible. So if I have some kind of a virus that I can pop in there and I can use that to get rid of those people, I cut their numbers down, and that's that many less. You look at who's been dying in this country, okay? Your morbidly obese people. There's another group, okay? Those people, the people that are a lot of diabetics, because, a lot of times it goes hand in hand. Obesity, diabetic goes hand in hand. So they're compromised. They have issues. They have health issues. They are a drain. Realistically, okay, and I'm going to say this is true. Morbidly, well, not even just morbidly, obese people, 50 plus, 60 plus pounds overweight, they are a bigger drain on the health system than smokers are. Smokers will smoke. They are going to be 50, 60 years smoking, going to have issues, and they're probably going to die prematurely, okay? Which is what they want anyway, right? They don't want us to be around at 70 and 80 and 85, 90. They don't want us there because we're not putting back into the system at that point. But your smokers, it's a long-term effect. Your obese people, and I want you to think about this, and I want you to think about this. How many 60-year-old, 600 pounds have you seen out there? You don't see them. You know why? Because they die. They have a heart attack. They die because of the health issues, because of the extreme weight. 600-pound people do not live to be 60 years old. They just don't. Our bodies are not designed to walk around carrying that weight, and then to get to a point, you're 600 pounds, you're not getting up. You're not walking across the street and going and visiting the neighbors. It's not going to happen, okay? Because you can't. So, again, and I'm not casting judgment on people, so please don't think that. But if I was trying to get rid of people, who do I want to get rid of? Those are the people you want to get rid of, okay? So, again, anybody compromised, anybody on a lot of medications, having a lot of health issues, that's who they want gone. So, could it be put out there, some kind of a virus or something to do that? Absolutely, it can be, okay? So then at the same time, now we can lock down the country, put in whatever controls we want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it because we've used a scare tactic to scare the rest of us to do that. And I think that's what's happening, and I think that will continue to happen. So all disabled vets, yeah. Prepper Artie Franklin just said that too. Yep, there you go. People with a lot of issues. Yep. So, again, I have my concerns moving forward. I don't know exactly what the trigger is going to be, what's going to happen for say. How much time do we have? I don't know. What I'm going to encourage you, as I do in a lot of my streams, continue to get ready. Don't do it out of fear. I don't want you to do it out of fear. Do it out of self-preservation. Do it because you know something's coming. You need to be ready for it. Taking care of the loved ones that you care about. Rely on yourselves. Rely on yourselves. Don't rely on what other people can do for you. The more you can rely on yourself, first of all, the better you're going to sleep, because the more prepared you are, the better you're going to feel. You're going to sleep better. Peace of mind, okay? Absolutely peace of mind. Guys, what are we up to? 1.2 in the chat. We're at 570. On the thumbs up. Again, I'm going to ask if you would shoot a thumbs up. I would appreciate that, and thank you ahead of time, again, for showing support for the channel. Again, it really does also help with the algorithm, so the more interaction we have, the better. It pushes us up higher in that as well, so thank you for that reason as well. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so that's the third reason. So, again, but again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely ask you to please subscribe to the channel. And thank you for doing that as well. And make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. So, and I did want to mention really quickly too, and I forgot to say this, my sale for the Legacy freeze-dried foods, I said it started today, 20% off on my website, preppernurse1.com. You click on store, it drops down and says Legacy. You click on that. What's available there is there. If you place an order, 20% will come off automatically when you check out. Okay, so we got that set up for you guys. The sale started today, and that is going to run until the 8th of November. So if you can't do it this week, you have a little bit of time. The quicker you put your orders in, the sooner you have your stuff. And again, I think it's just a smart thing to do, to be honest with you, to have it, because you just never know. And it's a great prep to have. It's a 25-year shelf life, so it's really a good thing to have. Okay, so what's a good ham radio? It depends on how much you want to spend, to be honest with you. You can go cheap, or you can, or you can go really expensive. I mean, obviously, the more you put into a ham radio, the better it's going to be. But again, how much money do you want to put into it? I mean, you can get the Boyfang, or I think it's called Boyfang, ham radios. They're fairly cheap. So, yes, prep your pet food as well. Yep, Hillbilly Prepper just said that. Make sure you have food for your preps. Somebody made a comment. They sent me an email today about this, and I thought this was something that I really wanted to bring up as well, and I think it's really, really important. We'll do the egg count here in a minute, I promise. We'll get to that in a second. I wanted to say this point really quickly. They were talking about, after SHTF, what a lot of people, they can't feed their pets anymore, so they take their dogs, and they won't put their dog down, so they take it out and they release it someplace, okay? What happens when you do that? A lot of times, these dogs will pack up. They will go after small game. They will go after the deer. They will go after children, okay? A good-sized pack of dogs will take down a human being with no second thought about it. And they could have been domesticated at one point, but if they're hungry, that natural instinct will take over. So if you are not preparing to take care of your animals, and if you haven't prepped for your animals, do them a favor. If you can't afford to feed them, don't just release them. Put them down. It's actually the more humane thing to do at that point. Just saying, because it's like, if you want to have them out there, and would you want to be responsible for your, German Shepherd or whatever animal that you had being part of a pack and killing another human being? I wouldn't. Okay, so, all right, so really quickly, let's do this. We'll do the egg count really quickly. So what do you guys think? Releasing animals is cruel. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. What do you guys think the egg count was today? So I'm going to give you guys a second to make your guesses. Got all kinds of guesses here, so I will let you know in a minute. I'm just letting you get your guesses. Okay, so we finally have a correct guess, and I was waiting for it. Let me just find it again. Dad's Vintage Garage. If you had the same guess as Dad's Vintage Garage, then you were 100% correct, which was 0. None. There's no eggs today. So I was just like, I yelled at them. I said, "You lazy chickens." I said, "No mealworms for you today." It's just that time of year. And it was a beautiful day, so it's not like they could say, well, it wasn't a nice day, so they didn't lay. What do we got here? Beat 78 says, dogs killed during the Spanish flu in 1918. Love my vets. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much. Yes, for sharing that too. Yeah. And again, they're fired. I'll be like Trump. I'll sit behind a desk and I'll figure out which one is going to be fired first. Fired right into freezer camp. No, they're just, it's that time of year, guys. It's just that time of year. Healthier Health said, Ed, lost time is never found again. You're right about that. You are right about that. I'm going to tell you what. It's like every day is a blessing. I did a post that I actually put on Twitter, okay? And I kind of just, it's kind of profound realistically, and I'm going to share it with you. It was one of my earlier posts that I put up there. I said, live each day as though it is your last. because one day it will be. And so for me, I always say I'm very, very blessed, absolutely 100% blessed. I've been very, very fortunate in life. I've put a lot of hard work into what I've done. So it's not like anybody just gave it to me. We've worked hard to get to where we're at. But it's like I'm very grateful. I like to share that. If I can help people out, I absolutely do. And I think that's important. Hey, L. Gibson, the power. Oh, hold on a second. The power that believes ones that can't contribute to benefit of elites, they'll keep breeders to replenish their needs. Real sick puppies. You're right. Yeah, it's like they figure some people are useless, but they're not. There's a lot of knowledge with the older folks, and that's all dying off. As these older folks go, all that knowledge goes with them. And I'm going to tell you what. Unfortunately, a lot of this newer generation, my generation included, they don't have the skills. They've never had to have them, so they don't have them. I was fortunate, and I call this being fortunate. I grew up on a farm when I was really little. I was out baling hay, taking care of the geese and the chickens and ducks. We had pigs. We had cows. We had all that type of stuff, okay? So there was always work to do. So I grew up with that kind of mentality and that work ethic. I realized at a very, very early age, because we were also dirt poor, if I wanted something in life, I better go out and earn it. So I worked from a very early age, and I'm not tooting my own horn saying that, but I've always had that mindset. If you want it, you work for it, you wait till you can afford it, and when you can afford it, that's when you get it. Now, have I put myself in situations where I was deeply in debt? Yep, I sure did. Okay, because we're sucked into that mindset that this is what you have to have. Once you open your eyes and realize that it makes you a slave to the system when you do that. Having the big house and the 2 cars and the boat and the jet ski, and all those, the summer place that you go and vacate. Now you're working all the time to pay for all these things. A lot of people end up being what they call house poor. They have a really nice house, but they're never there because they're at work all the time trying to afford that house. The one thing too, and this is something I think is really important, and I came to this realization, it was important for me, so I want to definitely share it with you, especially all of you that are younger, that have kids. The one thing you can never, ever, ever get back is time. And I want you to think about that. Once today is gone, it's gone forever. What are you doing with that time? Now, for me, my priority, once I woke up and realized what was going on, my priority was my children. To spend as much quality time that I possibly could, still making a living. You still have to make a living, but changing my, my expenses so that I didn't have to work 50, 60 plus hours a week to afford everything, that I could work a 40-hour work week and then have Saturday and Sunday off, or whatever days that you had, the 2 days off that you have. And then I could spend that time with my kids, with my wife or girlfriend or whoever I was with at the time, have that time to spend with them. That is so important, because guess what? That time's going to go by, and if you chase that dollar your whole life, you're never going to get ahead, especially if you think you have to have the best of everything, okay? Like right now, okay, I'm going to give you an example. My contract was just up for my phone. We just finished paying for my phone. I just finished paying for Heather's phone a couple of months ago. Now, most people would say, oh, now we got to go get new ones. They got to get the latest and the greatest thing. That one works fine. I'm going to keep that phone for as long as I possibly can and not go get a new phone, because I don't need a new phone, because that one works just fine. That's what I'm talking about. Like my motorcycle, okay? My motorcycle's paid for. Now, do we have to have our indulgences? Of course. Everybody should be able to have your indulgences within reason. That's kind of important too. Hey, Amanda, Zillken. I don't know how to say that, so I just want to make sure I say it right. Single mom here, just got land. What's next? Should we get a camper, wing it, learn how as we go, electrical besides solar, EMP? Ruin solar, correct? Yes, an EMP will definitely take out solar, depending on how far away you are from where the detonation is. If you're a single mom, I don't know what ages of your kids are. You just got land. If you can do it, if you can afford to do it, build as you go. Stay wherever you're staying right now and try to work on your infrastructure of your property if you can do that. If you want to just get out and get out there, you can, depending again what part of the country you're in, where you're at. So I don't know exactly where you would be, but you could start out in a camper. Again, if you're colder weather, camper's going to get really, really cold in the wintertime. You better get it skirted in so that it doesn't freeze everything underneath. Winters can be very, very harsh, very, very harsh. So harsh winters in Missouri. Oh, you're in Missouri? Yeah. No, you definitely don't want to start out in a camper in Missouri. I was at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, and yes, winters there can be very, very cold. If you're trying to save money, and it depends on, I don't know what your income is. I don't know any of that. You know what I mean? So I can't really give you a solid advice because I don't know all your circumstances. I'll tell you what, if you want to shoot me an email and give me your phone number, I could talk to you on the phone and maybe that would help better give you some ideas that way. Okay. So preppernurse1@yahoo.com. That would be my, and I do want to say we've been getting a lot of emails. Okay. So I get a lot of emails. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I apologize. It's not anything personal. I'm trying to get things done. Like today we were outside all day working on stuff outside, getting those things done. Okay. You'll email me tonight. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I try to get back to people. I do. It may be a while for some of you before I get back to you. It's nothing personal. I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you, that I don't like you, or whatever the case may be. I've been extremely, extremely busy. So, like even with it raining, I knew I needed to clean that shop up. So that's what we were in there. We were in there working on, well, I was in there working on that, but again, trying to get things when the cold weather sets in, the really cold weather sets in, I may be spending time in a greenhouse working in there, but you're not going to be outside because it's too cold. So again, you just have to be smart about what you do in time constraints. With New York, we get cold up here, really, really cold. So add your thoughts on last night's debate. You know what? I liked the way that they set it up. I'll be honest with you. It was definitely much more organized. Both sides, the president and Biden both lied at different points, but that's what they do. I thought it was well done. A clear-cut winner, hard to say. Of course, if you listen to the news media, well, then Biden won hands down. But again, I thought the president got some great digs in, and you could tell that Biden was flustered a couple different times. And again, they were, this one would say one thing and then the other one had to retort and say what they had. It was just so, again, I think for the most part, I think most people already had their minds made up who they're going to vote for. So I think, he made some big mistakes. I'll tell you one of the biggest mistakes that Biden said, and this is just from watching the debate. Okay. One of the biggest debates that I think Biden said when he talked about going away from fossil fuels, you have Texas, Arizona, different like Pennsylvania with coal and stuff like that. That's their livelihood. That's how they make their money. And so when he's talking about, we're going to go with wind and solar and getting away from that, that's, I think that you're going to turn people off from that, and so again, and then, he talked about no fracking. And he said, no, I've never said that no to fracking. Well, then Trump put up the video today. He said, well, I'll put the video up and show everybody. And he did several different times say that, oh, yeah, who built the cages? Yeah, exactly. I like that one, too. That was a good one. Because they did under the Obama administration. Under the Obama administration, they separated children from adults. Biden tried to say, oh, well, this is what you were doing. Well, they did it, too. So, again, politicians are politicians. That's what they do. They all lie. They all try to make themselves look good. Um, it's just, again, I've said it before. I will say it again. All these politicians, it doesn't matter which one gets in office, they are not going to look out for you. Anybody watching this stream, unless you're a billionaire or a millionaire, they're not going to look out for you. They're not. Okay? So we need to look out for ourselves. Yeah, how about the laptop? Yeah, I thought that was funny too. But again, so it's just a lot of manipulation. The news media is going to spin it the way that they want to spin it. People are going to look at the debate depending on what side that they're on. They're going to spin it the way that they spun it, okay? My mother summed it up basically the best analogy of anybody, okay? From what I've heard. I've talked to different people. I asked their thoughts. They've told me. This is what my mother said. She goes, you know what I saw? And I said, what'd you see, Ma? This is coming from a 77-year-old woman, so she's lived her life. She just says it like it is. She said, I saw a liar on one side, and I saw a liar on the other side. And I thought, that perfectly sums it up. It really, really does. So, and that's what they do. They're going to lie. They're going to say what they want to say. They're trying to get elected. But again, how many times has Biden said, no fracking? He's going to stop fracking. So there you go. So, and for him to get on there and say, no, I never said it. I mean, unless he has complete dementia and doesn't know what's going on, he knows that he said it. So, but anyway, it's just that, again, we got this election coming up very, very soon. It's going to be very, very interesting how it goes with everything else happening. I'm going to tell you what, do not be surprised if we have okay, so let me, I'm going to give you another scenario or something here, okay? With the COVID cases rising as they are right now, today, new record number of cases in one day, 77,640 today, okay? Which is the new record. Moving forward, how bad is it going to get? What's it going to look like in December, January, and February? When you have not only COVID, and you got the flu going at the same time, it could be very, very bad. Very, very bad. Because if you get them both, that could be your undoing. It really, really could be. So that's something to think about. So it's pay attention. That's what I would just pay attention. Be smart. Be ready. Be prepared for another lockdown. If you have to shelter in place for a long period of time and you're going to have to be home, not only would I recommend food, water, making sure you have medical supplies to take care of anybody in your home that is sick, have board games, some way to kill time. I'm going to tell you what, I don't know if any of you out there play chess. I love playing chess. I've played chess my whole adult life. You literally can sit down, and if you have somebody that also knows how to play, like I used to play with my brother a lot, him and I would play. We would have a game that would last for hours, because he would make a move. You're thinking, you have to strategize. What am I going to do? What's he trying to do? So you're keeping yourself active. You always want to keep your mind sharp. So having different things to do, having books to read. Again, books on information that is pertinent to what is going on. Self-sufficiency books, how to do things on your own without having to use whatever. Just very, very smart. But, board games are good to have. You can, decks of cards, if you play poker, so all those type of stuff, that's definitely, something to think about. So just be smart, be as ready as you can be, continue to get ready, look out for the people that you need to look out for. Don't be a victim. That is my biggest advice. If you don't listen to anything else, don't be a victim. Be proactive, get out there, get as ready as you possibly can be. Because again, I think we're going to I think we're going to have a second lockdown, especially if one of the candidates is elected. Okay, and you guys can make your surmise from that, or I don't even know how I said it wrong, but you can surmise who I mean when I say that. So again, pay attention. I mean, they're giving you the playbook. They're telling you what they're going to do. If I'm elected, everybody's going to wear a mask. So there you go. Pay attention, so make your choice. I think it's going to be interesting, you know. Election is a game of crap. Sorry, mods. Oh, yeah. No, you know what? Again, and I've said this before, these are the best two candidates that we can come up with to run our country. That's scary. I think there's a lot of other much better qualified people that we could put in there that would actually do a tremendous amount of good. Again, Biden's been in politics for 47 years. He was the vice president for 8 years. What did they do in that time period? Oh, they lined their pockets. That's what they do. That's what politicians do. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure Trump has made deals and taken care of things and taken care of his family too. That they all do it. So it's not like Trump is exempt and he's, perfect. No, they're all that way. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So think about that. You put somebody in a position of power, and I don't care what they go in with in the best of intentions, the opportunity for corruption is there. Well, pockets always get lined. Always get lined. If you're in that position of power and somebody wants something from you, and if I can say, Charlie, I need this taken care of right away. And Charlie goes, well, I don't know what I do. And I slide him over an envelope. And he takes the envelope and he looks in the envelope and he goes, I think we can take care of that for you. That's reality. That is absolute reality. People do it all the time. Yeah, Biden is also a millionaire. Of course he is. He's been in politics forever. Who's whining? Hold on a second, guys. I might have a cat sighting for you. Hey, B. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to let him out here in a second, but I thought I would show you Abby. It's our little runt. He's a good boy. He's a good cat. But he was the runt of the litter, so I had to keep him because he was the runt. There you go. Go ahead. And he is quite the crier as well. He's very, very loud. He's very, very loud. So, where are the mods? That is a good point. Where are the mods? I don't know. Are any of the mods in here? Say hi if you are. There's JJ. Yeah, he's here. Okay. Okay. There's North Shore Preparedness. Yeah, they're here, guys. I guess everybody must be being decent in the chat, so that's why they're not being super active. But they're here. Yep, they're here. So, AB's a drama queen. He is. He's very loud. He's a good cat, though. He was the one that was gone for about 5 days, and I was like, oh boy. But yeah, he's Oh, so right now, okay. So we're 53 minutes into this stream. It is 6 after 9. I'm going to go an extra 10 minutes. I'm going to go to 9:30 for you guys, just because we had so much screw up early. So if we can continue the stream with no issues, and we will go to 9:30, just so you know ahead of time, okay? So just putting that out there. Again, guys, we're at 1.2 in the chat. We have 742 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again if you would shoot a thumbs up. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. I do appreciate that to show support for the channel. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the more thumbs up, the better it is for that as well. So thank you for that, doing that for that reason as well. And also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I'm not going to lie. That is another reason why I like to see that as well. So the more interaction, the better. So I appreciate that. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon and to get all notifications as well. All right. Again, really quickly, I wanted to show this because this is still available, guys. And I'm going to make sure I say the website correctly because I keep saying it wrong. This is the Prepper Nurse One Gator, and if you look on Instagram, some of the people that have bought them have sent pictures in. It says on there, "We are Legion," and that is the picture, obviously behind me here. And I'm going to make sure I say this website correctly this time, because I keep saying it wrong, and I apologize because sometimes my brain doesn't work the way it should. Okay, the website, if you want to get a gator, is the number 4 dash 20. The 20 is spelled out, .square.site. I guess I kept saying .net, so I apologize. So it's the number 4 dash 20 .square.site. If you would like to get a gator, again, it's another way to support the channel. Nice to have. Cold weather, you can put that on. It's going to help your face stay warmer and stuff like that as well. So definitely go over there to that website. Show some support if you would. Part of the proceeds do come back to me to help with what we're doing here at the homestead. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. Okay? So thank you for that as well. But I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you guys. Can you dress up as a thumbs up for Halloween? Oh my God, that would be funny. Yeah. And I couldn't even tell you guys the last time I dressed up. Well, actually, I can. Actually, I did one year with Heather. She went out, and I had my beard that year. We were still in Greece at that point, a few years back. And we had gone out trick-or-treating, and I put like the fake blood on my face, and and I had it looked like a monk. We had the black, with the hood and the whole 9 yards. It actually looked pretty creepy. But yeah, I did that. It was, God, I'm trying to think how long ago that was. Maybe 7-8 years, something like that. So it's been a while. But the kids were a lot younger then. They don't go trick-or-treating anymore. So, and there's nobody comes here. Nobody trick-or-treats up here. When I lived in Greece, we used to get, and I'm saying Greece, New York, not the country of Greece, just so you know. When I lived in Greece, New York, we would get 50, 60 trick-or-treaters every year. I used to buy big bags of candy. I'd give out a bunch of candy. But, yeah, no, I haven't dressed up for Halloween in forever. But, and before then, I couldn't even tell you when it had been. Ed, health is everything. I don't think anyone wants a permanent organ damage, or some people don't mind. Yeah, right. And that's the other problem too with the COVID. There is a lot of side effects. Even when people recover, they're having their circulation issues, a lot of clotting. A lot of people are dying of heart attacks afterwards. So it's not always counted as a COVID death because they've recovered. And then, a few months later, they die of a heart attack because their heart has been weakened. A lot of breathing issues afterwards. A lot of people have said that they've recovered. Even one of our moderators, who is a prison guard, he said he's having issues with breathing since he's recovered from COVID. So there's a lot of issues continuing to exacerbate, not just from the COVID, but what happens afterwards. So it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. So it's definitely something, again, I want to try to stay as healthy as I can. I believe in trying to get as much of your proper rest as you can. Make sure you're taking your vitamins, and all those type of things. And just the important thing too, and it's like, I've gotten in better shape this year. Anybody that's watched this channel knows over the course of last winter, I was a lot heavier and I was in a lot worse shape. I would be walking around and people would be like, "Oh my God, you're out of breath just walking around." And I blew it off. I did. And I looked at myself this spring and I was like, you know what? Something's got to change. And I've been a lot more active this year, much better shape than I was. I still want to lose a lot more weight. And I do plan on losing a lot more weight. But again, those things all take time and you got to just work at it. That's how that works. Again, guys, we're going to go to 9:30, so we got like 18 minutes more of the stream, just so you guys know, because of all the issues we had when we started. I mean, the longest of the first 6 takes was 5 minutes. So, it was 6, wasn't it? This was number 7, I believe. So, but, so this one has gone good, which I'm we We are having a geothermic storm right now. Makes you feel a bit high. I feel lightheaded. Really? Okay. That's interesting. Joe said today his COVID plans is mandatory mask checks at state borders, vax mandates. Really? That's not good. Yeah. That's not good at all. Mandatory vaccines are definitely not a good thing. I think what they were saying was that only 40% of the people said that they would take a vaccine. So, again, they could try to force people to do it. So somebody's asking, and several people asked, and I'm going to just touch on it really quickly. Tony Blackman just said, "How's Becca?" Becca and I are not together anymore. So that's kind of all I'm going to say about that. And, I don't wish anything bad for her. I wish her nothing but the best. But, she, other things came up, and that's what happens. So that's, like I said, she's a good person, and I don't want anybody to say anything bad, but we are not together anymore. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So just so everybody knows. My face looks thinner. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to tell you what. I feel the difference. I feel a lot better physically. Health-wise, I definitely feel better. I'm down weight, which is what I want to do. Yep, zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. Those are the main three things that you're going to want to be taking. That's what I have been taking. I haven't been doing the vitamin D because I get a lot of that when I'm outside a lot. Like I said, it's just, but that's another thing that any of us that need to lose weight to get in better shape. And here's the thing, and I want to explain this. And I actually was talking to my IT guy today, and at one time, he was well over 400 pounds, is what he told me. And the way that he started losing weight, he just started walking. So he would walk to the mailbox and back, and he would do that till it wasn't tiring anymore, and then he would change it up, and he would go and do something else. Walk further, walk up a higher flight of stairs. Once that became not hard, then he walked up 2 flights of stairs. You can lose weight. You can get yourselves in better shapes very, very gradually. It's putting in the effort and putting in the work. You can't just change your diet. I love to eat. I'm not going to lie. I love Italian food. It's one of my favorite foods. I absolutely love Italian food. I love seafood. So I'm not going to deprive myself and say, I'm never eating this again. Not going to happen, okay? So what I try to do is I lowered my portion sizes. So here's a good example. So Heather and I, she wanted to get Mark's Pizzeria the other day. And it's a pizza that's out of Rochester. They don't have it out here where I'm at now. And it was our favorite pizza to get. So bought a large pizza. We had 2 slices. I had 2 slices. She had a slice. Then we went shopping, did a little shopping. When we came back out, I said, I want 1 more slice. And so she's like, okay. So she gives me 1 more slice. When I took her back to where she's staying, I said, you take the rest of the pizza. Now, previously, we would get that large pizza. I would sit down and eat 5 pieces all at once. Okay. So spreading it out a little bit, having 2, waiting like an hour, and then having the 3rd piece, but then that was it. I'm not eating as much. So that's the type of stuff that you need to do. You can still eat what you like, just lower your portion sizes. But moderate exercise is a big key. Now, I obviously have been doing a lot more physical exercises here, and it kicked my butt, but it was a good kick, a good way to kick my butt. Hey, nose picking, you should write a book, Prepping for Dummies. That would be cool. I've actually been told that I should write a book several times, but because I've lived it, so it's not like I'm not writing a book without knowledge. So there's ups and downs. You have highs, you have lows. When literally, I'm going to tell you what, and I've talked about this before, and I'll mention it really quickly. We went without running water for 1.5 years here. So how did we shower? Well, Mom was living in town at the time, so a lot of times we would go down to Mom's and shower down there. Or we would heat up water either on the stove, depending if it was wintertime, or if it was summertime, we would heat it up in the microwave. And then we would go into the shower and we would pour the water on yourself, and that's how you took a shower. Okay, we did that for a year and a half. Any drinking water, anything like that we had to have, we pumped it in. 5-gallon totes. If you remember the big blue 5-gallon totes that I have, absolutely use those all the time. Okay. After a year and a half, I was able to get my water lines in, put in my storage tank, get my pump, and do all that type of stuff. All right. The day that I was able to go into my bathroom and take a hot shower without having to go anywhere else, without having to heat up water, that was an awesome day. That was an awesome day. So the little things, that's what people don't appreciate. That when something major happens, it's the little things you're going to miss. Being able to take that hot shower. People don't think about that. They take it for granted. They absolutely take it for granted. So, again, that's what you have to think about those things ahead of time. What do you want? What do you need? Are you willing to wait to get to a certain point where you can afford to do something without putting yourself in huge debt? Unfortunately, so many people in our country are not willing to do that. They want everything yesterday. They want it instantaneously, and that's it. So, that's how it goes, unfortunately. But, like I said, if you're willing to sacrifice, there is a lot of rewards with the sacrifice, a lot of rewards. So really quickly, again, I'm going to ask one more time here, guys, for a thumbs up. Hey, Asif, my regime multivitamin with iron, vitamin D, 200 ICU, coenzyme Q10, 200 milligrams. Will take zinc when I get cold symptoms. Well, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm going to tell you what, I think that really helps your system with having those vitamins. Vitamin C is really important part because that really helps you recover. If you're starting to get sick, vitamin C, if you're taking it on a regular basis, that you can't take too much vitamin C. You will pee it out. Okay. But if you're getting sick and you're taking the vitamin C, it helps you recover faster. That's the biggest thing with that. So anyway, I'm going to ask for a thumbs up again really quickly. We're 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 831. So let's get that up over 900 if we can. That would be cool. Again, to show support for the channel. So thank you for that. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more thumbs up we get, the better. For that reason as well. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see. Jacob Alley. Boston had a blackout power outage downtown from a speculated cyber attack yesterday. Down for an hour. Not the first city to be hit this week. Wow. I did not know that. Thank you very much for that information. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But again, thank you so much for the donation as well. And thank you for that information. Again, I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I'd love to see us hit 900. That would be very, very cool. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that as well. But again, there have been numerous cyber attacks. There's been issues with people's phones. A lot of stuff going on. Okay. I'm a big believer, again, and I've said this before, my number one concern is a grid down situation and not from an EMP. I think it will be a cyber attack. That is my prediction on that. I really think that that's the way it would go. If we have a grid down situation, people are not prepared for that. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for an extended period of time with no power. Okay? They're not ready. Get ready. Prepare yourselves as best that you possibly can. Help yourselves. I'm going to really encourage you to do that. Help yourselves. Again, we're going to do this right now. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We are all over the world. We're a huge network of people. Where's everybody from tonight? So, we got Illinois, Kansas, Montreal, Canada, Missouri, Oregon, Georgia, Cape Cod, Melbourne, Australia, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, New Zealand, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Ontario, Canada, Boston, Mass. We have Long Island, Scotland just went by, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Massachusetts, upstate New York, Franklin County, Ohio. The Finger Lakes, very nice. United Kingdom, very nice. Northeastern Pennsylvania, Altoona, Pennsylvania. Gatlin, Pennsylvania. A lot of we have Arkansas, Wisconsin, Northern Georgia, London, Beech Grove, Indiana, Quebec in Canada, very nice. We have Brookings, Oregon, very cool. Minnesota, Western Oregon. Let's see. Kattawa, Ontario, Canada. Kattawa Lakes, Ontario, Canada, very cool. Let's see. We have East Texas, Christmas Valley, Oregon. Rabbit Hole, Tennessee. That's funny. Brookings, Oregon again. Let's see. Southwest Virginia, Arkansas, Florida. Syracuse, New York, Texas, Kentucky. Gavinsport, New York. Let's see. Quebec in Canada. San Francisco Bay, very nice. Ulster Park, New York. Wahoo, Nebraska. Eastern Long Island. New Hampshire. Vegas, Florence, Alabama. Durham Heights, Michigan. Texas once again. Bloomberg, Pennsylvania. West Washington, not Seattle. Okay. Georgia. South Point, Ohio. Tilson, New York. Mansfield, Massachusetts. Oh, we got Finland. Impi Wara is from Finland. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I appreciate that and welcome. West coast of Florida. Bull's Head City, Arizona. Idaho. Cook County, Illinois. Southeastern Ontario, Canada again. Yep, Finland. Yeah, very cool. That is awesome. Illinois, Donner, Pennsylvania, Indiana. So again, guys, we are all over the world. We're all over the country. A lot of Canadians in here with us. You guys are our brothers and sisters anyway, you know, so there's not that much of a difference. Mississippi, Maine, New Mexico, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, all over. We have Detroit, Michigan, Fort Payne, Alabama. Again, huge network, huge family. Guys, if we work together, there would be absolutely no stopping us if we work together. Hey, Rose Jacobs, excited to see so many Oregons. Yeah, there's a lot of you guys on here tonight. Very nice. And, you know, like I said, we have a lot of people from all over. We're a big family. That's the best part of the Prepreneurs One family. I know that there's a lot of people that follow Adam from our Fugal News. He's got another good channel. He's out on the West Coast in Seattle. I actually encourage people to go over there, show him some support, and, you know, make sure you tell him that Prepreneurs One sent you over. He's got a nice channel over there, too. I'm your UK family. Susanna just said that. Very nice. Thank you. I love, you know, like I said, we got so many Europeans that watch, too, which is awesome. I think that that's great. The more of us that get ready means less victims out there, which is very, very important. Even if you do nothing else but give yourselves a 2-week worth of supply of food and water, you're giving yourself that advantage. That is huge, huge. So definitely do that, okay? Yeah, JJ's putting the link from our Fugal News on there. Thank you, JJ, for doing that. Yep, great clean chat tonight. Thank you all. Again, let me thank my moderators who do an absolutely splendid job keeping the chat clean. You guys are awesome, and I really, really appreciate what you do. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us tonight also through all the takes. It was ridiculous in the beginning, but we got a nice long stretch here, so we're finishing this up great, which is fantastic, and I'm really, really happy about that. I thought we were going to break a record tonight. After we had so many early, it was ridiculous, but it worked out great, and that's awesome. We had a fantastic chat. The feedback was awesome. You guys asked great questions. Yeah, we got Alaskan Prepper, Prepper Nation as well, you know, Marf. A lot of good channels out there, guys. A lot of good channels. Happy Prepper's another young man that's, you know, just getting started. I definitely encourage you to show him some support too. Nice young man. And so, you know, it's good. You know, we're working at this together, and that's the best thing that we can do. So anyway, that's what's going on. Let's continue to get ready. Continue to prep. Okay. Don't quit on yourselves. It's really, really important. Don't get discouraged. Don't let it overwhelm you. Work at it methodically. Just get as ready as you possibly can be. Again, The sale's going on right now on my website, 20% off, preppernurse1.com on the Legacy freeze-dried food. Definitely take advantage of that if you want to add to your long-term food storage. It's a great way to do it because if you don't really want to have a lot of preps all over the place, you can order that. It's got a 25-year shelf life. Definitely take advantage of that, okay? So anyway, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is so important. We're one race called the human race. As soon as we can finally figure that out and stop letting ourselves be manipulated, we're going to be so much better off. We really will be. It's so important that we do that, okay? Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we love and that we care about every single day how we feel. Also, remember STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Step, thing, and day. It's really simple. It's a great mantra to live by. It doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's just the mindset that you can have that will work towards whatever you're trying to accomplish. And the best part is the only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. You stay away from negative people trying to bring you down, trying to talk you down, telling you you're stupid, you can't do it, there's no way you can do it. If I listened to all the people that told me I could not go and live off grid and be successful, I never would have done it. But I was determined. I knew I could do it. I knew with effort, and it was a lot harder than I thought, I'll be honest. But I am so happy I did it. I have a wonderful life here. I have peace, and that's what most people are looking for. We want to take care of our families, and we want peace. All right? I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Be safe. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.